Hello, hello, hello. What is good, everyone? Oh, excuse me. Let me just lower the music a little bit. Alright. I am insanely excited. Let me switch it in just a second. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. I am streaming on a Monday, but it is what it is. There we go. There we go. Alright. Excuse me. And boom. Cool. What is good, everyone? Hope everyone is having a good Monday so far. Obviously, I'm even late more than usual, but that's because it was Easter yesterday and I was in New Jersey. So I was away from my setup. But we are back. We're here. And I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. So, obviously, well, actually, before we do anything, we're going to do the vote. We're going to do the vote for the character for the day. Because that's essential. You know what I mean? That's essential. So let's do that now. And then I'll get into my speculation. There you go. Okay. So, who we're going to vote for today, I saw in America that Sanji is somehow still on the top above Luffy, which is crazy to me. So, we got to change that. However, I do want to vote. I'm fairly certain last time we voted for Usopp. If anyone can remind me, please let me know. But I'm fairly certain last time we voted for Usopp. And I kind of want to vote for him again because, you know, we're birthday buddies. I'll Margarita. Fun. I'll say I'll vote Usopp because we're birthday buddies. And, you know, technically I didn't do a birthday thing like I said I was going to do. I was very busy. But, yeah. So I guess we'll do Usopp today. But, of course, as always, guys, vote for Luffy. He cannot lose to Sanji. He cannot. That would be insane. However, if you want to be great, we could also vote for Moda. Moda, guys. If I see some of you voting for Moda, I voted for her. One time. Oh. Emu's going to get me now. Oh, no. Emu's descending upon me, I guess. And this place will never exist. So we could do Moda. What are we thinking? We thinking Moda, Usopp, or Luffy? I'm going to make a little poll real quick. Let's do a little poll. Alright, who we voting for, guys? Excuse me. I also want to do this before I forget. Since it's the start of the month, obviously, we are going to donate some members. So let's send those now. Alright, shoutouts to Fio77777. Shoutouts to, okay, that's an insane username. 12-year-old girl. Insane. Insane. Shoutouts to Sekigan Ghoul. Shoutouts to Josh Tompkins and Rathy Rap. So shoutouts to all you guys for being members of the channel. Thanks to the randomness. So let's see the poll. Let's see the poll. It says here. Oh, we got Moda as the top of the poll. No Usopp love. No Usopp love in the chat. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. But I guess we're Usopp haters. Insane. In Elbaf, we're Usopp haters. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, guys. I don't know. Alright. So it seems like Moda is winning the poll. I say we'll do Moda. You know, for the vibes. Let's get Moda on the screen real quick. You know, guys, make sure to subscribe. If you are not, make sure to subscribe. Let's vote Moda. So we're gonna vote Moda right here. Moda, you know, as my favorite One Piece side character, you got it, girl. So let's vote for her. And you know what? You know what? This is kind of fitting, guys, because today is a big day in One Piece. I can only imagine, because whatever in the world Emu is going to do, based on the cliffhanger of that last chapter, is definitely getting paid off right now. There's no way that's just like, oh, we'll get back to that later. No, we're going to see whatever Emu's doing. And it said, Emu said that it's time for them to leave the Holy Land. So something insane's about to happen. When I was creating the stream, I put in so many like buzzwords, essentially. I was like, Emu face reveal, Emu devil fruit reveal, Emu versus Luffy, you know, all this stuff, because I'm like, is that gonna happen? Is that gonna happen right now? I have no idea, which is awesome. I have been suggested since Monday or maybe Tuesday, definitely Tuesday, but maybe Monday. Let me just turn the internet off there. Where is it? Cannot find it for some reason. There we go. Alright. I've been suggested for literally, essentially the entirety of the week, get offline. Which is crazy, you know? Like, this kind of absolute, like, walling of info is something I haven't seen since, like, Gear 5. Maybe even Shamrock. Like, it was no, actually, probably Blackbeard's Rock's being Blackbeard's dad. That was another big one too, and that was pretty recent. So I guess that was probably the biggest one. But this, like, the instant wave of do not go, felt like Gear 5. It was like that level. So it's crazy. It's pretty crazy. Avoid chapter title. Okay, it's this level. It's this level. Avoid chapter title. Okay. Okay, dude. This is crazy. Is the chapter title on page 1? Is that literally just the first page? Or is it in the thing? If it's in the thing, that's going to be a lot harder, obviously. But you know how it is. I will try my best, of course. You guys know. I'm very, very dedicated to not seeing spoilers. Alright, let's see. Moda got the poll. We already voted for Moda. It was straight crazy since last Monday. Yeah, last Monday, so makes sense. Alright, Moda won the poll. Shouts to Moda. I can't even find it. There we go. Shouts to Moda. There we go. It's in the page too. It's in the page. How do I avoid both? How do I avoid both? Alright, we will... Is it like a cover page with a title? Or is it like... I don't even know how to fully describe this. You know how there's a cover page with cute little art with the characters, or like a cover story, and then there's a title on top. You're saying it's that, and in the chapter normally, the title's in it? What? That's insane. It's in the page too? Alright, well, I'll try my best to avoid the title if you're saying it's like this crazy. Alright. We did the members. We did the voting. Okay, so now we're going to talk about predictions. Guys, Emu's going to do something. This is a big moment for the series. Emu is out of... Emu got out of the desk before Akainu did. That's crazy. That is crazy. You're telling me Emu, who's definitely going to do something, left the flower room before Akainu got out of his desk. Before Dragon got out of his desk. Emu did something. That's crazy. That's actually insane to think about. Maybe it's because they're rational thinkers and Emu is an irrational person, you know? Especially when the will of D is involved, you know? But slander aside, slight slander aside, whatever Emu's going to do is going to be insane. It's either going to be a face reveal of some kind. It's either going to be a devil fruit reveal. It's either going to be, like, I don't know. Well, Kong is irrelevant. We don't care about Kong. Kong is not a Kainu. Kong is not a dragon, you know? Kong is just, like, the ultimate filler nothing character to me. It's like he's a lore character. Emu been there 800. You know what? Fair, Will of Dreams. I respect that. I respect that. You're trying not to slander those two by saying Emu's been there for 800 years, and I get it. Honestly. I'm very excited to see what's going to happen, because if Emu's gone, does that mean Blackbeard's going to slide in there? You know, this seems like a perfect opportunity for him, especially after what we saw at the beginning of the God Valley flashback with Rox seeing Emu in the room. You know, that's a huge thing too, that I feel like, you know, obviously that didn't go under the radar. That was a massive deal for our community for like a month plus, you know? But I feel like that's kind of fallen out of people's heads a bit. But now that Emu's talking about Rox to Loki, you know, like Rox is now at the front of the mind once again. Is Blackbeard gonna now swoosh in, do whatever he needs to do in the flower room? If he needs to do anything in the flower room besides like ego stuff, you know, that'd be crazy. But besides that, I do think a lot of people have specifically told me to avoid this chapter, right? And it's not just like what's it called? Like content creators or people online. Like I've had friends who read the series who are like, "Are you caught up?" Like they're dying to know what I'm thinking of this. So I don't want to say it, but is it the ink fruit? That's all I'm thinking. Is it the ink fruit? Is it actually that? Cuz that would be crazy. That would be crazy. If it is, we'll have to do some kind of celebration thing. If it is. If it's not, honestly, I don't even really care, because Emu's going to do something. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for Emu doing something. You know, it's really that it's insane, but like I'm here for that. Okay. I think it's time. Oh, I'm like nervous. I'm actually nervous. Okay, so here we go. Viz. Is there a chapter next week? No. There's no chapter next week. Oh, this is going to be even better. Because, of course, Emu's doing something. So this is a big deal. So let's see. Alright. And you said avoid the title, so we're going to skip the first page entirely. Alright, I'm blocking the screen. Blocking the screen. You said it's in the page, too? It is not in the page. You're lying to me. The title is not in the page. The title's not in the page. You lied. I've literally got all the panels blocked, and I'm looking at the little gaps in between, and that's usually where the title is. It's not. It's not. So. But yeah. I avoided the first page because I don't know. I don't know what the title's going to be, and I'm glad I don't, if you're saying it's this crazy of a spoiler. So we're on the first page now. Okay. Here we go. Okay. This is crazy already. Great Emu. ... Did I hear that right? Sacred Mary Joie. The Hall of Power. Alright, let me get up a bit. Actually, no, I'm going to lower the camera. I'm definitely going to stand. I can tell I'm going to stand. Alright. The Hall of Power. You don't mean to go to Elbaf, do you? Please don't do this. You mustn't descend to the lower world. We still have the burning buildings. Oh, Garling. Do not be so smug and secure. Do you think that the Holy Land can remain safe forever? This is crazy. With Shamrock's return, it seems that the situation is quelled. But the lower world's plan to starve us out still continues. Dignity and power will not fill our stomachs. What can we do on our own? This is crazy. Garling is actually like... Garling is like, we're gonna die. Wow. Okay. What we need right now is the military might to keep the rest of the world under our thumb. And then there's the former Navy headquarters. What? What? Sorry, my mic peaked. I'm sorry. Former Navy headquarters. Why would that matter? Why would Marineford matter? There's no way it's like some... No. What happened with old Marineford? It's like, did something happen? Okay, we're getting a phone call. Garling, where's all the food? This isn't very Celestial Dragon-y. Oh, it's York! Oh, wow! Oh, and so York is hungry. Okay, that's fun. I warned you about this, York. The Holy Land is under a food shortage. And one of the things that can break the siege is the Mother Flame. If you want to live like a Celestial Dragon, then hurry up and produce energy for us. But I'm hungry. This is wild. I feel like it's been so long since we've seen York and like any of the... Well, no, we've seen Lilith on Elbaf. This wasn't part of the deal. Needless to say, your original form, Vegapunk, is one of the rebellious forces arrayed against us. Consider this a way for you to take responsibility for yourself. Wow, that was so cool. That was really cool. Alright, so already, Garling is just awesome. Garling is awesome in this chapter. I love him. He's so rude, but he's also so realistic, and I kind of love it. And then this, the former Navy headquarters. What is Old Marineford like a very important location? Is that why the Oxbell was there? Like, now I have questions about that. Okay. It's been one disaster after another, and it all started after the arrival of the Sun God. Is it coincidence or fate? Oh! You know what that's like? Oh, I love that. You know what that generally reminds me of? That scene with Whoop Slap at the very beginning of the series, seemingly, where they see Luffy, like, and all this is like, is that his fate, or is it his, not his fate, is it his dream, or is it his destiny, like, something like that. You guys know what I'm talking about. That reminds me of that. Hold on. Whoop Slap, is it Luffy's, this is so random, dream or destiny or something, I don't know. Yes, here we go. His dream or his destiny. Yes. His dream or his destiny. This is literally exactly what I'm thinking. Whoop Slap. And then Garling says here, is it coincidence or fate? And then his dream or his destiny. Yes. Yes. This is awesome. Be that as it may, great Emu. You should not leave Pangaea Castle. We can send the Navy Admirals from headquarters to Elbaf. No. Just count the number of situations we're dealing with right now. There's too much going on. Then we should head into the field again. This is no longer coincidence, War Curie. Arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride. Casteth away these things at once. Whoa. Emu's talking so heavy. This is awesome. I like that Najuro also says no. Yo. Terrible TJ. For the 24 months in a row, 2 whole years of being a member of the channel. I appreciate that. Garling was interesting this chapter, like D-Stream. Absolutely. Absolutely. That would be immensely helpful. We got a lot of people in here right now. We got 20 viewers. That's crazy. I mean, I know this is going to be a banger chapter, so I'm very excited. And TJ again. TJ. with the 5 gifted members. So shout outs to Debus, Daksake, you know, of course. Shiniku, Shinuku, 5552. Vincenzo Menidi, and Jack the Ripper. So shout outs to those lucky 5 for being gifted members by Terrible TJ. Huge. Huge. But what TJ says, I'm busy at work, so I can't chat. Enjoy the chapter stream. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was a big W. You know, let's put some W's in the chat. Put some WOTAs in the chat. If you have the emotes, put some WOTAs in the chat. I'm going to put some WOTAs for TJ. Some WOTAs. Alright. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh, good thing I just saved that from looping. Good. Okay, we're good there. We're good. We're good. We got everything. We're good. Cool. Cool. Alright. So Warcury, the pig Gorsei, is saying we should head into the battle again. Just like Egghead. Just like Egghead. Wait, there's a new Moda card? They made one Moda card. And they were like, you know, it's Kev's birthday. We're going to make a second one. That's what they said. That's what they said. So I'm going to need that Moda card. Yo. Reese Lucas with the 10 gifted members. Insane. Insane. Guys. I appreciate this immensely. Immensely. That is crazy. I love that. Let's see. Sorry, I can't read them right now. I think I lost. Oh, there's the tab. Alright. Shoutouts to Chrysome 4540, Rook Ready, Pirate King Season, Brandon Bailey, It's Always Sunny in Ennie's Lobby. That's a fire name. Oh my god. Hector Manuel, Juan Carlson, oh, Juan Carlos N. Apologies. Tosmorn, Solid Me Boy, Ferns Leaves, and is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Yeah, that was 10. That was 10. The new Moda card has her holding the bottle of milk, just like from when Lucio was attacked. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Alright, let's continue. We're on page, I think, literally 3, and we've now been gifted like 15 members. That's insane. That's actually insane. You guys are going crazy right now. This is awesome. Alright. So Garling says, it's been one disaster after another, and it all started after the arrival of the sun god. Is it coincidence or fate? Love that. That's awesome. And it's crazy. Like, the admirals, right? I'm not trying to be like a power scaler right now. I'm really not, because I truly do not care about power scaling. But this is fascinating. The admirals, they're like the public symbols of justice. We should send them. No, there's too much going on. Whether that be Celestial Dragons, Blackbeard, the Yonk, you know what I mean? Maybe even Buggy. Maybe one of them's dealing with Buggy. Because we got 3 of them. And Akainu's here. So what are the other ones up to? We don't know yet. Then we should go into the field again. Saying, oh, they're not public. But like, they're at levels seemingly. I love that. I love that. Alright, let's continue. This is no longer coincidence, Warcury. Arrogance, sloth, detachment, pride. Casteth away these things at once. Awesome. Whoa. Alright, all is preordained. What is going on? Rock's saying he'll be back. Rock's saying he'll be back. Yes, exactly. That was the first thing I thought of with Rock's being brought up. Emu must be terrified of this idea even happening. I will be back. Oh my god, we're seeing like all members of the Will of... Oh no, we're not. Oh, we're not. All is preordained. I will be back. You'll have to search the whole world. When he said, it seems Neptune had a daughter. They stole the devil fruits? And that's Shanks. What is in Elbaf? This is crazy. We found out who the pirate captain in the mist is. He is Loki, Harold's son. Is he the man marked by flames? Is Loki the man marked by flames? Is that what they're confirming here? Whitebeard protected him. Yo, we're going back to Whitebeard and Marineford? This is crazy. Who is it? Monkey D. Luffy. Who is that? Marshall D. Teach. Yo, I'm getting like chills right now. This is crazy. I love... Oh my god. Am I going to turn the page and it's going to be even more people? No, it's not. It's not. Yeah, it's not. Alright. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. Yo, we're going back to Whitebeard. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, chills. I like that Shirahoshi's here. That's fun. I wouldn't expect her to be on a page of all these people. Not that she's not important. She's an ancient weapon. Of course she's important. But it's just fascinating. Harold's here. Harold's here too. Oh, well, Emu does, he had a picture of Shirahoshi. It was, Luffy, Blackbeard, Shirahoshi, and Vivi were the four. Marshall D. Teach. Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god, and then, yes! Yes! Okay. Nefertari D. Lily. Joy Boy. Davy Jones. You still continue to torment Moo. I desire Vivi. What? Oh my god. So it is back to Vivi too. Okay, so Davy Jones is definitely a real person. Joy Boy, Davy Jones. Still, you continue to torment Moo. Oh my god. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Like, I'm actually like... Oh. Like, Davy Jones is a real person. Like, I feel like we kind of got the vibe with, I don't know. I feel like we got the vibe with, the God Valley stuff that Davy Jones is a real person. But now, Emu's saying Davy Jones. You know, like, that's addressing a person that existed. Fascinating. Fascinating. Okay. I desire Vivi. It all began long before this. Great Emu. Oh, Emu's sending himself away. Great Emu. The Holy Land I leave to thee. But, Great Emu, in the lower world, you are what? You are what? Oh my god, what do you mean? You are what? We do not have the right to stop the Great One. But still, if Great Emu leaves this castle, no need to say it. We all know. It is by the Great One's design. None of us can prevent it. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Okay. I love whenever we cut out to the outside of Marie Joie now. We see these, like, destroyed, like, burnt wooden things. I don't fully know what they are. Maybe they're crates of food. Maybe it's just people rioting. It's so interesting seeing this little dichotomy. Even here, amongst the elite of the elites, there's still a level of, you know, authority and, like, stuff like that. Okay. Elbaf. Oh my god. Is this chapter going to end with something like crazy? We're on page 8. I feel like this has been going forever. Like, my chest is, actually, like, tightening up. This is insane. Elbaf. New World. Western Village. Sun World. Oh, Sun World. We're implying... Well, no. You know. Okay. Hyruden. Stanson. Look at this. One of the demons was trying to put himself together again, so... Not again. He's still alive. Look, it's like a magnet. It's scary. Not half as scary as you. You said your name was Gerd. I'll remember that. You better watch yourself, because I'll personally see it, that you experience a miserable death. You watch. You should look at this, too. Huh? Oh, the heart. A steel heart? Does that mean if we destroy this, they won't be able to go back to normal? And so, there's an awesome panel of Sommers here. I love how cartoony it is. Alright, we're by the school. Usopp Brook, hang in there. They've got broken bones. Maybe I should cyborgerize them. Yo, cyborg Usopp would be insane. Alright, where's Chopper? I'm going to personally remember your name, Sanji, for revenge. Now say mine. I forget. Fun. Okay, Gunko. Oh, this is interesting. Gunko has this weird, so we're following... Oh, it's the ice. Never mind. Okay, Gunko's frozen in the ice. And that's it. Just frozen in the ice. But we see a little crack, and that's how Emu escaped. Okay. Why is the school frozen? It's not. I merely sapped all its heat energy. School food's frozen solid. Don't even taste good. Oh yeah, Luffy's all old still. Gotta give some to Usopp and Brook. Yeah. Yeah, that's my guy. Not until you get back to normal. Hey Loki, that bad guy you froze, is she dead? It's a flash freeze. It won't be fatal. But only this guy can melt the ice. That's the little squirrel fellow. Don't worry. They're not going anywhere. Huh? What? Oh my god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Like Nami being the one to see it too. Like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, Nami's seeing something. I'm like terrified. I'm like actually terrified. Third page. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's not just one. It's not just one. There's like 5 different beams. And Nami screams in terror. What's that? That ain't just black smoke. Whoa. Look in the sky. Oh my god. It's gonna be like a double page spread. It's gonna be like a double page spread. I don't know, man. I don't know. I need water. I need water now. This is crazy. Oh my god. I'm like nervous. I'm like actually nervous. Okay. Ooh. Look in the sky. I don't even want to press it. I don't even want to press it. Oh, and great point, Joe. Joe said, Nami's also a nature observer. Does that mean anything about what she's seeing? True. Nami has pretty good observation. Oh, that, you know what? Honestly, that would be a cool way to give her observation hockey as well. Anyway, I'm like terrified. I really don't want to turn the page because it's definitely a double page spread. Emu is here. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. It's got to be something awesome, you know? It's got to be something awesome. We just hit the halfway point of the chapter. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, it's a magic circle. It's a magic circle. Oh, that's a huge circle. Huge. And it's above the castle. Fun. Which is where we first saw the circle. So we're getting a perfect little bookend here for the arc. Where we saw them come in the circle in the castle. Now the circle is above the castle and immense and huge. Is that because of how much energy is needed to send Emu himself or themselves or whatever? That'd be awesome. A magic circle. Everyone, come quick. What's all that rumbling about? Don't worry, Nami. I'm with you. Oh, interesting. Got little music notes. Is it like... So like the drums of liberation? Because you see boom, boom, but with music. Is this somehow like connected? You know, with that? Whoa! Everything's coming alive. It's like Big Mom. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, this is so cool. The houses. Why? Am I dreaming? Wow, this is sick. Even the forest. Is this someone else's power? Is it going to lift this up into the air? That's definitely what's happening. It's literally circling around this place. This is sick. And it's like the trees are singing and everything. This is just like Big Mom's power. This is just like her power. Wow. This is awesome. Let me just... Wow. This is so fun. This is such a fun ability. I know I'm like bracing, you know. I'm like, Emu's gonna show up in a second. So I will say, not seemingly ink related. Not seemingly. We're holding out hope. We're holding out hope for the ink. Alright. Is this someone else's power? Okay, we're still not there yet. We're still not there yet. Okay, every time I turn the page, I'm like, my anticipation skyrockets. Okay, so there's this blast of energy coming from the circle. Emu is in this castle. Emu is in this castle that looks like it's going to explode, which is awesome. Oh, people are getting knocked out. Colin immediately gets knocked out. That's color of the Supreme King. Oh my god. Was that from the castle? That's the same hockey from before. Really? Oh, duh. They fought Gunko. Yeah, same hockey from before. That blast of hockey is insane. Insane. Okay. Same hockey from before. Emu. Emu's hand. Emu's hand. Oh my god. It's totally going to be a face reveal. It's totally going to be it. Okay. Inside the castle. Emu's coughing up black ink. It could be blood. It could be blood, but it looks like it's meant to be ink, guys. Okay. Emu has wings. Okay. No, this is definitely ink, dude. It's definitely ink. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. Look at this. Emu's like panting and like screaming. Who's that? Oh my god. It's definitely the last page. The last page is definitely Emu. Do I just do a double page? Do I just do a double page spread? I mean, it's definitely gonna be one. If it's Emu, there's no way. There's no way this is a double page spread. Emu growing wings randomly. There's no way this isn't gonna be a crazy reveal. Oh my god. And we're on page 15. Yeah, the last two is gonna be a double page spread showing Emu. Oh my god. Oh my god. I kind of just want to like see it, you know. It'll be like when the elders had their massive double page reveal of all their abilities. Do it? Yeah, I got it. Okay. Who's that? Who's that? Let's see exactly who that is. Oh my god, he looks raw. Whoa. He looks raw. Whoa. There's a lot here. One, he looks cool. He looks cool. Great one? You mean in person? Someone's up there. On top of the castle. Okay. The Devil's Fruits. Sick. So he has horns, so he's definitely a devil person. Unless he's like some race that doesn't even exist anymore because he's so old. King of the world, Saint Nerona Emu. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. There's a lot here. I wish we saw a full zoom in on this. I wish we saw a full zoom in on this. So, immediately things I want to make note. Immediately. There's a lot of interesting imagery here. One, he has Luffy's hairstyle. I love that. He has the big, poofy, white, flowing, cloud-like hair. I love that. I love that he has a very similar hairstyle to Luffy in Gear 5. That's sick. That's really cool. That's awesome. I thoroughly enjoy that. I want to see a zoom in on this so bad. Secondly, he has the awakening ring here. But I like the eyes on the ring. That's very fun. That's very fun. Very fun. I'm just trying to really hyper analyze right now before I look in the chat. I like this weapon. You know, the weapon reminds me of Sun Wukong. And obviously a lot of people think Luffy is inspired by Sun Wukong. But this is fascinating. And even this pose reminds me of Sun Wukong. So I like this a lot. I like that. The horns are awesome. I like that the clouds in the background are even black, you know? And obviously Sun Wukong is the affinity with clouds and stuff too, so that makes sense to me. These little, like, I don't even know what they're called. I guess, like, it's kind of like jewelry on his face. It could be a mark. It could be. But the little, like, accent marks, like the eye on his hand, that's sick. That's sick. That's a fun little detail. I wonder if that's, like, jewelry or if that's, like, a mark. Because he's covered in this stuff. He's covered in this stuff. And then we got the devil horn here. No, horn. Tail. Devil tail. Is that connected to this big strand? I don't think so. Now, very interestingly, there are 3 skulls on here. Obviously, Blackbeard, his flag is 3 skulls. Interesting. Very interesting. Wow. Wow. Okay. What does the 3 skulls mean? They're also, like, the skulls are kind of weird. They have, like, horns going this way. Wonder if you can use those skulls for different things. Maybe they're some kind of weapon of some kind. Emu also has pants that look like Elbaf clothes. Like, the belts is very Elbaf styled. Very Elbaf styled clothes. Except for the cape. You know what the cape looks like? The cape looks like a pirate flag. I literally see it. I see, like, a kind of skull shape on this cape, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm, like, tweaking with that one. But do you guys see it too? Like, the kind of... It's, like, big on the top, small on the bottom. Kind of like Luffy's flag. So, is that a pirate flag he wears as a cape? Is that Davy Jones's flag that he's wearing as, like, some kind of... You know, I defeated him. That would be awesome. Oh, his cape has the mark of the abyss. Okay, that's interesting. See, Emu's clothes do look like Elbaf, kind of, but also not. Maybe his outfit is changing as he's on Elbaf now. Maybe he's changing his appearance. That'd be fascinating. Because it looks like this kind of cloak is, like, unfurling on the bottom. That's interesting. I love the awakening ring having eyes all over it. That's so unsettling. But it's also, you know, angelic in a way. Because angels are like the rings with the eyes all on them. And, you know, some depictions. So that's cool too. He has the devil's fruit. Yet he still has angelic imagery in some way. And, you know, I remember when Shanks... oh my god, when was this? It was recently, too. One of Shanks' subordinates was talking about Luffy. And they said, oh, he's like a demon monkey king. You know, and that's what Emu kind of is. Which is interesting. Because I definitely think this is inspired by Sun Wukong. This is fascinating. This is really fascinating. You know, I'm not going to lie. When I first got into the series, obviously, I didn't know what Emu would look like. This is not what I expected. You know, I'm going to be so straight up. This is definitely not what I expected. him looking cool is awesome. Like, I am all in on Emu looking cool. You know, I didn't expect it. I was always in the camp that Emu would look kind of stupid. This is sick, though. This is sick, though. And there's a lot of questions I have raised from this design. Instead of just... what's it called? Oh, he looks cool. I have a question. I'm like, oh, why are the 3 skulls there? Oh, he kind of looks like Luffy with the hair. Oh, you know what I mean? It's raising questions in my mind, and I'm glad it is. Because if it wasn't, I would be really annoyed. I would, maybe not annoyed. Maybe not annoyed. But, you know. Alright, and there's absolutely no chapter after this. You cannot make a chapter after this. I will say, it's, I think, very intentional that he does not look like any other One Piece character. He doesn't even look similar. Like, people are probably going to say he looks kind of like King because he has the white hair and the tan skin. He does not look like King. He does not look like King. Like, King is a whole different vibe. This is crazy. And obviously it's also black and white. We don't know his colors yet. But I don't think that this is meant to be, like, King adjacent. I don't think so. I don't think so. I feel like someone said in the chat, I didn't bring it up immediately because I was still analyzing the stuff. He looks like a Naruto character. He literally looks like he doesn't belong in this series, which is a great sign, in my opinion. Because in One Piece, anyone can look like anything, right? We have people like Gecko Moria. We have people like Kuma. We have people like even like Usopp, who's a main character. He looks so weird. You know what I mean? It's just these little things, you know? We're in a place filled with giants. We've been to so many fantastical places. You know, so many amazing places. And not a single person looks like this. Not a single person. It is also interesting. This eyeball here. This eyeball on the hand is very Egyptian-like, too. I wonder if Emu... and Emu's fascination with the Nefertari family has to do with some kind of interest in, like, you know, if Emu is also inspired by, like, Egyptian culture. I mean, look at this. Look at this here. I didn't even put this together. Emu's sitting on top of this roof. It looks like a normal roof on here, but on this panel here, with Emu sitting on top of this roof, he looks like he is on top of a pyramid. You know what I mean? And if Emu has this fascination with Alabasta's royal family, which is the Egyptian-inspired place in One Piece, is Emu inspired by Egyptian deities of some kind? That could be interesting. I can easily see Emu being... Well, obviously, Emu's inspired by deities. Literally God, you know? That obviously makes sense. I wonder if Emu is bleeding, because if Emu is away from the Holy Land... Oh, true! That's an Elbaf roof. He is massive. I didn't even think of that. That's wild. That is wild. Okay, so he is pretty big, too. I wonder how big Emu is, like, in retrospect. I wonder. The hair being like Luffy is fascinating. That and the 3 skulls is so clearly the craziest thing. What is up with the 3 skulls? What is up with that? The flag, no, the flag is definitely something. Well, I think it's a flag. It could be a cape just with the mark of the abyss. It could. But there's something about it. There's something about it. Emu is at least giant-sized, if not ancient giant. I can see ancient giant because of the horns. What a handsome devil. Fun. I like the idea of the ancient giant. Yo, TJ, thank you for the $2 dono. Google Eye of Ra and Eye of Horus. That's what I was thinking. That's literally what I was thinking, TJ. I was like, there's something about the eye that looks Egyptian inspired, and now he's sitting on top of this roof, and it's framed as though it's like a pyramid, and he has a fascination with alabaster. Like, there's definitely some Egyptian inspiration in this design. Eye of Ra. Well, not the meme, but yeah, it's very similar. It's very similar. It's fascinating. Yeah, they both have the same kind of closed eye. It's fascinating. Yeah, this is crazy. I mean, I wonder if Emu's look is changing, right? Like, would Emu normally be... Alright, this is obviously a bit speculating, obviously. It's fascinating that Emu is wearing these clothes that look exactly like Elbaf clothes. You know what I mean? Like, the pants look straight out of something Brogy would get from his closet. The belts, the literal stripes in the pants. I think... Doesn't Brogy have those? He does. Like, this is literally something I think Brogy would wear. I wonder if Emu is changing his form to look like, you know, the people who live there. Because I can't imagine Emu wearing Elbaf clothes all the time. I literally can't even imagine that. And the wings. Why does Emu have wings in this panel here? And then when we cut, he seemingly doesn't have wings, and he has this cape. Oh, I see the tail. The tail. Oh, okay. Wait. So the tail, it goes down and then up. Okay, so there's a tail, and there's also this, like, slithering kind of fabric thing in the background, too. Okay. Yeah, the houses singing is fascinating. That's really fascinating. I really wonder what's up with that. The houses and, like, the nature all around it. It's like, it's really like Big Mom. It's really like Big Mom. It's fascinating. The devil's fruit. Now the real question is, how did Emu find this fruit? You know, Emu definitely took the bite of the fruit and was like, you could have all the power in the whole world if you just do this, you know? But how did that exist? Where did Emu find the fruit? What happened? You know? Ooh. Enel removed his wings for the drums. Did Emu remove his wings for the smoke ring? Interesting. I like that. And the ring is in the shape of the drum, too. It's not like Luffy's ring, where it went kind of over and around. Interesting. What if Emu has aspects of every villain we've fought so far? I would love that. I think that's definitely possible. Since there's no food around, Chopper tosses Luffy some rumble balls. Interesting. Yeah, so clearly something insane is going to happen within these next few chapters. Like, this already is unreal. This is probably a chapter of the year contender because of the insanity of what's happening right now. I think, I'm not going to say it's chapter of the year. I'm not saying that. But this is pretty close. This is pretty close. I don't know. Is Emu an ancient kingdom seraphim? Emu is definitely from the first world. Whatever happened back there, that's where Emu's from. Also, you know what I just realized? So, the mural. Alright, let's look at the mural. On the left side of the mural is this demonic creature with horns. And obviously we see Emu has wings in this little panel here where Emu's screaming like crazy. But we see the horns here. Emu definitely could transform into this devil creature. Yeah, this massive devil thing. So it's definitely a Zoan of some kind, but it probably has aspects of all three. I mean, what kind of normal Zoan is making the whole environment turn into like singing creatures? Like, that's not normal. That is not normal. So that's fascinating. Fascinating. If I was to think, you know, obviously, Inkfruit probably dead, probably dead. But let's say it has aspects of ink, you know. I think he's in his awakening form. Okay, and that's why the ring is there. That would make sense. Yeah, I mean, I get that. Black clouds affecting the environment. Okay, I like that. I can easily see that happening. A darker version of the sun god. Totally agree as well. I love that. And I think it's cool that you bring that up here, because Elbaf has had this really interesting way of interpreting the sun god. Even with Loki, who views himself as the sun god. We have two people, Luffy and Loki, who view the sun god in immensely different ways. Luffy probably doesn't even care about the sun god, but he is it. And he's like the one that's saving people and helping people while bringing destruction, of course. And Loki was this destroyer person for so long, you know? So it's very interesting. Very interesting that Emu's now here with similarities to not just Luffy, but also Blackbeard. You know, and has Luffy's hairstyle, has, in my opinion, some Sun Wukong inspired attributes, which is what a lot of people thought the Sun God was inspired by. So very interesting. Wow, that was an amazing chapter. And this page here, I'm going back a bit. All is preordained, and seeing all these characters that Emu just can't stop thinking about. All that. Insane. Insane. 2 whole pages of it all began long before this. Davy Jones. Davy Jones. So good. So good. Do you think the ring of black fire on the ground will act as a barrier to keep people in and out? Yes. I completely think so. Because Emu definitely thinks all the Straw Hats are together here. Which, as this is a massive circle, they are. Like, that they just are. There's no way Emu is not aware enough to make the circle big enough to get all the Straw Hats in at once and kill them all, you know? Birdcage too. That's so fun. I mean, that would be, you know, you're right though. You're right, Birdcage too. I mean, Doflamingo was inspired off this guy, and now this guy's here and he's doing the same thing. That would be perfect. Yeah, this is definitely a Birdcage. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. The villain has his own theme song. That's so funny. I like that. I saw a message. Or was it? Oh, the barrier. I read that one. Okay. Do you think the ring-eyed characters are cursed? So Emu, Mihawk, Sunisha, you know, I guess. The Mihawk ring dies is now bringing up interesting questions. Well, not now, but like, you know. The ring eye is fascinating. Because, like, is it some kind of, like, gene thing? Or a species thing? Birdcage 3. The drums of oppression is insane. That's actually insane. I like that the background is nothing here, too. Like, the pyramid stuff is definitely intentional, guys. This looks like a pyramid. It looks like a pyramid. He's obsessed with Vivi. Like, it's got to be intentional. All this Egyptian stuff. That's got to be intentional. One thing I just thought about is Louis Arnaud's line about not staying in Elbaf for too long. It seems like Emu has a time limit and can't stay in Elbaf for too long. Probably applies to any location outside the Holy Land. I love that. I completely agree. Like, can't stay here for too long. It's also, like, if they just left earlier, Emu wouldn't show up. So it's almost like twofold in a way. But we don't fully know what's happening on the outside world, too. Which is cool, because a lot of people still think there's some kind of time dilation, time shenanigans going on. Oh, wow. What do you think is Emu's first move? Fight Luffy and Loki, go for Robin in the library, smite Usopp for his trash talk, or something else? Well, I'm happy you bring up Luffy, Robin, and Usopp, as they are the three best draw, as they are my three favorites, so I mean, that's great. But also, they're all the primary people, I would say, that he would go after. Maybe Brook, maybe Vegapunk, but I don't think that necessarily matters. It's got to be Luffy, though. If Emu's going after someone, it's Luffy. If it's Usopp, oh my god, that would be insane. And, like, he tries to make an example of Usopp. Oh my god. Oh my god. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Okay. I'm curious to get into Emu more, because I'm really wondering if in his eyes, he's the good guy. Pulled up on Elbaf like he's the God Knights. Wait, what? Like he's the God Knights? What? I don't really know what you mean by that at the end, but I'm curious to get into Emu more, because I'm really wondering if in his eyes, he's the good guy. Yeah, like that's interesting, because I always love whenever a villain thinks that they're in the right the entire time. I love that stuff, because it makes them seem like they're the hero. And I think Joy Boy and Davy Jones were probably not that good of people. That's got to be what he's thinking, right? They're pirates. Joy Boy was the first pirate. Like, wasn't... Hold on. Yes, okay. The central figure of the Davy family, he is the distant ancestor of Rox D. Zebek, a self-proclaimed worshipper of his, as well as Zebek's son and only child, Marshall D. Teach. Zebek believed that Davy Jones was the king of the world at some point prior to being supplanted by Emu and the world government. So you have the first pirate and then the king of the world. These two opposing forces. And they've been essentially, in Emu's eyes, reincarnated through the will of how things work, I guess, with Luffy and Blackbeard. So maybe something happened, and Emu was like, these two are going to destroy everything. I'm going to save everything. Usopp going to be the one to stop Emu? Oh my god, imagine. Imagine. That'd be awesome. Someone in my local TCG Discord has a theory that Emu needs Vivi to complete a pact that is incomplete with the other 19 kings. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. That's fun. Yeah, Usopp stopping Emu. Holy crap, that'd be amazing. Alright. I agree that Emu can let people in and out. I wonder if we will see something like with Enel, where he couldn't detect people inside Nola. Maybe Luffy sneaks inside. Maybe Luffy sneaks in by being eaten by a big Elbaf animal. That'd be a cool little full circle moment too, because they were the very start of the arc. The animals with Loki. And we know that Luffy's kind of animals and Loki's kind of animals. That's how they bonded. I would love that. Pulled up like he's there to save the day for his subordinates, like Luffy does for Straw Hats. Oh, that's so true. I love that. I love that. That's really cool. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, he is kind of doing that right now. I love that. Oh, this is a good chapter. This is a good chapter. And no chapter next week, which is, of course, how could you? How could you immediately go back to back like this? How could you do that? Alright, so the chapter's 10 out of 10. I don't think we even have to debate that. That was an insane chapter. That was insane. That was small water. That was a 10 out of 10 chapter. I feel like none of us are going to even question that, you know? Oh my god. Insane. Emu. Emu looks cool. You know, like that's... It sounds stupid in retrospect. It sounds really dumb. But like, I was so firmly on the idea like he's gonna look stupid. But like, no, he looks really cool. Again, someone brought up he kind of looks like a Naruto character. Like, he does. He does look like a Naruto character. And it's hilarious. King Recon yeeted his camera. Yeah. Yeah, that tracks. That tracks. You know, actually, I have a very fun story. You know, since I was talking about when I got into the series, like, we didn't know much. Of course, we didn't know Emu. We didn't know a lot. It was... I remember the chapter I caught up was when Killer was revealed as Kamazo in the Udon prison. That was the chapter I caught up. So, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. And I recently was showing a friend the first One Piece video I've ever seen in this entire community. And it was a King Recon video. It was his reaction to chapter 957. That was the first One Piece video I've ever seen in the fandom ever. Because that chapter was so monumental. That chapter was so just... so many things. And it really showed... what I really enjoyed about it was the build-up of all this lore and the investment in this world and characters. And it made it feel so earned, you know, after all this time. This chapter is just like that. This chapter feels so... after over 250 chapters of Emu. Let's just, for fun, Emu One Piece. Let's just look up how long it's been since Emu. Wow, I'm so glad I didn't look up Emu. Holy. Immediately, it's, yeah. Chapter 906. When did that release? 2018. 2018. It's been almost... no, it has been 7 years. It's been almost 8 years of Emu being a silhouette. Almost 8 years. And now, it's not. After all this time, after all this buildup for this villain. Not just some minor villain. This immensely important character. It's finally here. Finally. After all this time. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know how I can fully elaborate on my thoughts right now. Because seeing Emu talk about not just Luffy and Blackbeard and Vivi and Shirahoshi. Not just those four. That alone was crazy. That was what started Emu's character. But no. It's Shanks. Loki. It's Roger. It's Rox. It's Harold. It's even Whitebeard. Did I expect Whitebeard? No. I really didn't. But somehow that might be the most impactful thing. How does he must be able to see like everything. He must be able to. Because like, how does he have this white beard like thoughts? You know what I mean? And also this. And then there's the former Navy headquarters. What is going on with that? What is going on with that? Because we haven't thought about Marineford in so long. Because there's new Marineford. Why would we need old Marineford? But no, it feels so much more substantive. If old Marineford is a location that's really important, not just for what it was, but like later in the story, like if we go back there for some reason, not like Luffy and all them, they're probably not going there, but like if we, the readers, are taken back there, I think that would be really powerful. So that would be awesome too. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. Give me a second. That's killing me. If Emu turns the entire Atom Tree into a demon, you might have your Atom Tree cut down theory come true. Maybe we need that massive sword to cut it down. Yeah, the massive sword is still there. I mean, that's obviously been a huge theory, you know, inspiration for such a while, too. Pee my phone? Okay. Give me a second. Oh, wow. Phone's blowing up. Okay, here's the map. Okay. We got... Oh! Oh, they're all far away. That's really it? The ring is only around the castle? Oh, wow, you're right. The ring's actually pretty small in comparison. This map is super helpful. Oh my god. So we got the show. Why is Jinbei like a Roblox? What is this? Okay, they're actually all pretty far away. Zoro and Chopper got a ball out. I think Zoro... Guys, I really don't want to say it. I'm not trying to slander Zoro right now. I'm really not. I really don't want to say it. But, like, if Emu is here, Emu. And Zoro has to be demolished by Emu. Demolished. Like, I'm not trying to say Zoro's weak. I'm not saying that. But there's no way that Zoro is going to stand a chance against this guy. There's no way. So he has to be destroyed by Emu. And that's why Chopper's there. To heal Zoro. No shade to Chopper. No shade to Chopper. You know? Chopper, he's got some crazy stuff going on. Touching the people and Domi reversing fixing. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know? That's really important. Zoro is going to get eviscerated by Emu. Like, absolutely annihilated. Like, I can think of so many words, right? But in the most plain and simple, Zoro, he might get no diffed by Emu. That's how crazy I'm saying right now. He might actually get no diffed. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want it to be this way. I don't want Zoro to be looking like an absolute joke. You know, Zoro, he's a strong guy. He's a strong guy. But you know who he's not? Luffy, Blackbeard, or Emu. He's not them. He's not. So there's no way that's going to happen. Yeah, alright, I'm back. There will be a quick King of Hell discussion, and then Zoro gets ragdolled. Yeah, like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. And you know why it's gonna be bad? Because what we saw at the beginning of the arc Not the beginning of the arc, but pre the God Valley flashback, Scopper talking to Zoro about how you have so much hockey, but you don't even know how to use it. You know, and that's going to drain him, and then he's going to lose. Surely it'll be something like that, surely. Don't worry, Emu will attack Chopper first, and Zoro will get destroyed trying to protect him. Emu will also no context call Chopper whatever the name of the forest god is. That's so true. That's so true. I love that, Deebus. That's a great one. Yeah, Zoro's gonna get cooked. Oh my god. This is so bad. This is so bad. Because, like, I low-key am very excited to see Zoro get cooked. Because I want to see Emu do something so bad that I don't even care if Zoro is the one receiving the punishment. Which is kind of, you know, kind of insane. But, you know, it is what it is. I actually think this is about to be an opportunity for Zoro to learn more about his conquerors. No, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. That's why I said, like, it'll be full circle to what Scopper and Zoro were talking about. So I agree. I think it's definitely going to be that. Chopper is also 100% going to mention curing whatever sickness condition Emu has. Oh yeah, because we see Emu here. Kind of, maybe not bleeding, but maybe it's like the shadowy, you know, whatever is covering Emu all the time. But it could be bleeding. Could be Emu's like dying, you know, because Emu's old, you know. It would be fascinating if Emu has the disease that Roger had. That would be fascinating to me. Because we don't know what Roger had. We have no idea. What if Emu, who definitely has the immortality operation, also at the same time has the disease that Roger has? If Emu is actually like sick in this moment. And it's not just like, oh, the fruit is like bad. Maybe, maybe it's because Emu is under the sun, and the sun is the counteracting of the devil's fruit, you know, and obviously the sun god would then be the ultimate, you know, thematic thing to go against the devil's fruit. Chopper's gonna get Here Look flashbacks when he sees Emu cough. Oh, that would be crazy. I really want Emu and Roger to have the same condition and Here Look as well. Okay. Yeah, because Here Look was sick anyway. And then he got poisoned. So, I mean, I like that. It would be an interesting thing, too. Because in Drum Island, that's what we found out about Gold D. Roger. Like, so he was already going to be an integral reveal of that. So it's like, oh. And we still have no idea. We still have no idea what the sickness is. I don't know. It's interesting. Well, this was a phenomenal stream for a phenomenal chapter. You know, I'll keep streaming. I don't know what I'm even thinking about. I'm so locked in right now. I was gonna stop, but I'm like, why though? Why though? You know. Remember Sunstones? Maybe Usopp will slingshot one of those at Emu. I like that. I like that. My agenda is that the Rumble Balls are what cure Domiverse. Maybe Usopp will shoot one at Emu's mouth for the win. That's sick. I like that. I like that. Because you mentioned that before, the Life Return Rumble Balls. I remember that. I'm thinking right now. I think Emu represents the Eye of Horus, aka Moon, and Luffy represents the Eye of Ra, aka Sun. Love that. That's awesome. Love that. I don't know if Luffy necessarily has Egyptian vibes, But like the sun with Ra, I mean, that of course makes perfect sense. Oh, but oh. Okay. So why I like that a lot is because in One Piece a lot there's been like eye imagery, you know, especially with Skypiea, you know, with it being a skull with the two eyes there, Luffy having the one eye closed, you know, stuff like that. That's interesting. That is interesting. I like that a lot. Also, the three-eye tribe. Eyes are an important thing in One Piece. Fujitora blinding himself. There's a lot of eye importance in the story. So I like this too. The two different eyes for the two different gods. I like that. I am really curious how Blackbeard will tie into all this, though. I am really curious. Because there's no way Blackbeard's not going to tie into all this. There's no way. Because Emu said it himself. Joy Boy Davy Jones. You continue. What did he say? Torment me. You still continue to torment me. Like, that's interesting. That is interesting. Where's Scopper at, and will he get involved? That's interesting. I actually don't know where Scopper's at right now. Let me see if it's on Dak's nifty little map. I think Scopper's in the village. I think. I think he's in the village. What do you guys think about Biblo? Where are we at in the whole Biblo scene? I think Biblo is interesting as well. Scopper is in the village. Scopper is in the village. So Scopper is in the village. So Scopper could also be bodied by Emu. Honestly, Scopper might die. Scopper might die. I'm not a huge, like, death in One Piece guy, you know, because it'll never happen. But, like, oh my god, this is Emu. Emu's gonna kill someone. Emu is going to kill someone. That just makes sense to me. Luffy is from Goa Kingdom, an IRL Indian location. Oh, interesting. One Piece combines Buddhist mythology from all over Asia, just like Journey to the West. You know, I'm glad you brought up Journey to the West, because I was also saying Emu reminds me a lot of Sun Wukong. So I like that a lot. Yeah, it was a 10 out of 10 chapter. It was a great one. He looks so cool. It's crazy. It's crazy. I still can't believe this is actually what he looks like. Like, this is crazy to me. There's just so much. There's so much in this design. It's so elaborate. It's so, like... I interpreted Emu coughing up blood as he's been in that shadow form for a long time. Like, imagine if Luffy in Gear 5 for that long, if he could, that would have a huge impact on one's health. And we already know it has a huge impact on Luffy's health. I mean, he's losing years of his life, seemingly, every time he does it. So... Emu might have to kill someone close to Luffy to make him care. You know what? Fair. Fair. I don't know. I feel as though, obviously, this is Oda we're talking about. A main character in One Piece is not going to die right now. A main character is not going to die. They're going to get brutally injured, but they are not going to die. They are not going to die. If I have hopes on who Emu bodies, Zoro, Usopp. I'm not even going to say Sanji. I don't want Emu to body Sanji. I don't really see a point to Emu bodying Sanji, which is kind of sad. So honestly, probably those two. They would be my top contenders. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. Yeah, if we're getting Emu now, Blackbeard seems to be the final villain. I agree. I agree. The fact we have the face reveal now is already crazy. That's already crazy to me. However, it's this here that really sold it for me. Joy Boy, Davy Jones, still you continue to torment Moo, right? That there is crazy. Because Emu's trying to fight against these two diametrically opposing forces. To be a pirate and to be king. And what do they both want? To be the pirate king. Well, Blackbeard seemingly doesn't, but you get what I mean. And both of these forces are going after what Emu doesn't want more than anything. The true history of the world. So, Blackbeard and Luffy are clearly, and have been, for almost 1,000 chapters, these diametrically opposing people. But now there's so much thematic weight. There's so much actual personal animosity that it's gotta happen. It's gotta happen. Sabaody 2 is Sabaody 2 is definitely gonna happen. Though I don't know if we split up in any meaningful way. Yeah, Usopp and Brook are already injured. I don't think a Straw Hat would die ever. As of now, Luffy doesn't know who Emu is. I guess nobody does. Yeah, literally none of them do. Well, they sense the hockey, though. That's the only thing. Luffy would recognize the hockey. So. Yeah, it definitely thinks... I definitely think this is setting up Blackbeard as the final villain. Which is cool, you know? Blackbeard's a character we've already been way more familiarized with. We have more personal animosity as a reader towards Blackbeard as well. And he's been built up on a parallel journey like Luffy, and we see it here with Emu, the current king of the world, saying, these two are the ones that we need to get rid of. And so obviously, Emu will then be the one that is disposed of, or deposed, from his throne. It's fascinating. I really enjoyed how Garling was so blunt. He was like, we are starving. We are going to die if nothing happens. That was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. I'm curious if Scopper knows who Emu is. And if he does he even know? Does he even think he's still alive? I think Scopper knows. I wouldn't be shocked if... Because Rox knows. If Rox knows, Roger probably knows. And if Roger knows, I would imagine he would tell Whitebeard, Rayleigh, and Scopper. That's what I'm thinking, you know. And Whitebeard's dead, Roger's dead, Rox is dead, you know. We need Rayleigh. Rayleigh, I think, definitely knows Emu exists. So. I don't know. I feel as though that's... I don't know how I feel about it entirely. Randy thinks if any Straw Hat dies, If any Straw Hat dies, I see you're doing air quotes here, it would be Frankie, because he could be preserved as a cyborg or fused with the Sunny. And that would obviously lead into why is Frankie's bounty poster the Sunny now? Is foreshadowing for him being now in the Sunny. Makes sense. I like that a lot. Amazing chapter? Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, are we thinking it's chapter of the year? Is this chapter of the year? Like, not like it already is, it's not going to change, but like, is this at this moment chapter of the year? I think it would be funny if Brook dies, but goes into his soul form and waits for his body to be put back together. That'd be fun, like a little puzzle. Oh my god. Sorry about that, my nose is really weird right now. I don't know. I think this is probably chapter of the year. I'm trying to think, though. I'm trying to think. Like, this is an insane chapter. But, like, I don't know. My brain is like, there's something in God Valley, surely, that was crazier. But, like, was it? Was it, though? Like, oh, my God. Let me see if I can... Yes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's gotta be. I don't know. It's just like, it's really hard for me to fully, I don't know, because it was great. It's great, but the fact I can't immediately say yes is like what's bothering me. It's like there's definitely something. Unless we get the Joy Boy reveal. Oh, okay. Wait, guys. No, Oda would never do that. Okay. I think, because we already got the tease of Joy Boy. We already got the tease in Egghead. So it seems as though Joy Boy and Davy Jones, I feel as though are kind of... Do we think they existed at the same time? Joy Boy and Davy Jones? I kind of think yes. What do we think? Do we think yes? Because if yes, which I think it would be really cool for the Joy Boy Void Century flashback if they're both around at the same time. That would be fascinating, you know? I've got so much stocks in Biblo. I think he has connections to the Void Century, possibly Joy Boy's ally. Oh, that's really cool. I like that a lot. Emu kind of confirmed in this chapter. Okay, great. So, the Void Century flashback is definitely going to have Joy Boy and Davy Jones. Do we think they're going to be revealed together? Or at two different things? I feel like two different things. Because that way Oda can have cool, like, full spreads of these two characters. But if they are so diametrically opposed to one another, I think it would be cool is if they're introduced almost framed the same way as Luffy and Blackbeard were when they were eating the pie. I think that'd be really cute. I think that'd be cool too. You can immediately tell that's who's who. But that's not really as grand of a reveal as Oda likes to do, which is the only reason it's like, I would like them to be revealed together, but also I don't know. Am I voting? Do you mean for the character poll? Joe? Joy Boy, Davy Jones, and Emu were the Void Century ASL. Yo, that's kind of crazy. I kind of like that. They were like a trio, and then they... Oh. Yeah, no, that's sick. That's sick. I really like that. Oh, you are voting? Yeah, you're talking about the character poll. Most of my votes go to Luffy, Robin, Sanji, other Straw Hats, Blackbeard, Kuma, Dragon, Perona. Shanks and Zoro don't need my help. That's fun. For me, I vote for either a random character that I just like. Shouts to Moto, real quick, guys. Shouts to Moto. Literally the second I say that, I can't find it. Shouts to Moto, of course. Random character I like. Or it's a character I think deserves a vote. Like, I definitely voted for Pudding, Koala, Fisher Tiger, of course Jinbei, but he's one of the Straw Hats, I voted for Rox, I voted for Loki. A lot of characters I just like, you know what I mean? And then, at this point, I'm mostly voting for Luffy, because I find it insane that Sanji has more votes than Luffy. That's insane. So that's not going to happen. The Pirate King is going to be at the top. He's going to be up there. I think I voted for Big Mom as well. I voted for Ulti. I voted for Usopp many times. Robin many times. I voted for Bartolomeo. I voted for a lot of people. Emu is definitely the sea. It's likely the Sea Devil mentioned in chapter 19 as well. Yeah, I would agree completely. And that was Rayleigh who brought that up. I'm pretty certain Rayleigh was the one who mentioned the Sea Devil. If Davy Jones was royalty, like Rox thinks, he fits perfectly in the Sabo role. That's true. That's true. He was the first king, supposedly, before Emu. Voted for Loki. Wish I could vote for Ragnar. Ragnar would be a cute little vote. That would be cute. I think Ragnar would be adorable. I voted for Hawkins and Drake. Diaz, Drake, Did I vote for anyone else? Oh, I remember this. I went on a hike recently, and I voted for the hiking bear from Drum Island. That was cute. That was a nice little random vote, I like doing the random votes sometimes. It just adds a little fun. I don't need to just vote for the agenda. I need to vote for, because I like this character and I want to vote for them, Like on my vote for my birthday, I voted for Usopp because we share the birthday. Not that I wouldn't vote for Usopp, because of course I would. I've already voted for him many times. But, if we get a flashback of Emu, Davy Jones, and Joy Boy sharing sake cups, it'll be chapter of the year. I completely agree with you. That is like real talk, chapter of the year level stuff. That there. It's crazy we now know what Emu looks like before Joy Boy and Davy Jones. Well, Davy Jones, we didn't really know he was a real character until relatively recently. But, the fact we know Emu... I still can't get over this. Emu looks like this. That's crazy. That's crazy. You really couldn't convince me that that's what Emu would look like. He does look like an Naruto character. I keep forgetting who said it. But, that's just rent-free in my brain, that Emu looks like an Naruto character. Because it's true. He does. Sorry, I see a message here, but for some reason it's not going. They remove 85 what? 85 million votes? How'd they remove 85 million votes? Wait, how many votes? Sorry, how many votes are on this thing? Yeah, it's at 6 million. 85 million? What? It was bots? Let me see. That's only Emu hybrid form too. We still need to see his full base form. Oh, because you're thinking it's hybrid form because of the ring. Okay, I like that. He's identical to Madara. Don't really know what that means, but sure. That's a Naruto character, but I don't understand the meaning. Kind of funny. The initials of Saint Emu Neurona. Sin. True. True. And Umi. What? Okay. True. True. I see it. Davy back fight might come from Emu taking Davy Jones and Joy Boy, challenging Emu to a game to get Davy back. You know, shoutouts to, I think it was Dak who said it, the fight to get Davy back. You know, and I always thought of that, the fight to get Davy back. That's so simple, but I feel like it's very impactful. I'll post it in your Discord. Emu design is very similar to Madara from Naruto. Okay, definitely let me know. And also, guys, amazing segue. Growth Stonks. There is a Discord, so if you guys are not in the Discord, join the Discord. The link is in the description of this video, so definitely check it out if this is interesting to you. All right. Okay, now I got a scorching hot poll. Scorching hot poll. Alright. Alright, guys, I'm not even going to say it. I'm just going to drop this. I'm just going to drop this, right? I'm just going to drop this, right? What are we thinking? What are we thinking for this? Because I'm very curious to know who has the better design, Rocks or Emu? Who do you like more? Just like you see them and you're like, whoa, you know? What are we thinking? And this take story into account, because obviously the design without the story would just be like irrelevant. You know what I mean? Let me make sure I'm good here. Oh, my nose. Sorry, my nose has been really weird today. Don't really know why. Wow, Emu's already sweeping the pole. Emu's sweeping the pole. This is crazy. The Dak class. So it was Dak? Yeah. Alright. We have a vote for Rocks. Shoutouts to the single vote for Rocks. That is pretty awesome. I love that. Best part of Rocks, he looks like his son. Revelation. But Emu's design is intense. Unique. Okay. Sorry, Rocks, but Emu strikes more fear. Okay. Okay, I like that you guys are giving me reasons, too. I like this. Alright. It is 146. Okay, good to know. Alright. Emu strikes more fear. You know what? That's true. Best part of Rocks, he looks like his son. I mean, fair, guy. I mean, guys. I'm not even trying to say his design is better or worse, but it's like, yeah, duh. That was a reveal. Alright. I'm going to leave that poll going for a bit. I will have to head out at 2. I have to go to the physical therapist. So much fun. So that'll be something I have to do. So I need to get ready for that. So no chapter next week, which is crazy. No chapter. I'm really trying to think. Like, there's so much that happened in this chapter. So much. What do we think? What do we think the 3 skulls are about? That's, I think, my burning question right now. The 3 skulls. Emu has 3 skulls on the clothes. Why, though? Why, though? You know? I feel like it's like, you know, a lot of, there's obviously a lot of similarities with Luffy here in this design. But Blackbeard, 3 skulls. What do we think the 3 skulls are from? They look like, you know, because after I think it was Dak, I think, who was like, oh, and this is a giant roof. Emu is huge. Like, these skulls are probably massive. Like, these are probably, reminds me of ores. Okay, I like that. Reminds me of ores. 3 skulls, 3 worlds. Okay, I like that too. I like that too. I think there's definitely something with the skulls, because we know it's obviously going to relate to Blackbeard somehow. Now it would be crazy if it's Davy Jones' skulls. Oh, Ian's, you mentioned the roof, thank you. 1 skull each age. 3 skulls on Ores and Blackbeard. Davy, Joyboy, and yo, that would be insane if it's the skulls of Davy Jones, Joyboy, and Lily. Oh, Dak did say the circle. Yeah, he did. He did. York is now Marie Joie, and the world government has Mother Flame. That was a crazy thing too. Little just like, oh, York's here. It was kind of really nice to see York. You know, I don't really like her that much. Oh yeah, I could actually look at the chapter title. Guys, I completely forgot about that. All right, so we're looking at the cover page now. Nerona Emu Descends. Okay, that's a pretty huge title, so I'm glad we skipped it. And we're in Wano. We see Tama, Yamato, and Ace. Ace and Otama and Yamato leading boar piglets on a hike down a wetlands path. This is adorable. This is adorable. And it looks like it's the mountain god boar in the background too, which is cute. I like Ace in the hat while wearing the hat. That's very fun. It's insane that like these two are the ones who wanted to see Ace more than anything in the whole world. And now he's just here. That's just to torture us. You know, just to torture us. You know? Just like, think about how good it could have been. They could have had a happy life. But no. Blackbeard had to do stuff. Zoro is the closest. He's likely to fight Zoro first. Oh, absolutely. Ashura Zoro had 3 heads. I like that too. I like that too. Yeah, so there's a cute little cover page. I wonder what our next cover story is going to be. I feel like it's been a while. I'm trying to remember the last cover story. Let me see. It was the Yamato one, I think. Yeah, Yamato's last one. Okay. Well, that's cool. It's a whole website showing the cover stories. It's fun. Yeah, it's been now... Wow, it really hasn't been that long. That's crazy. It's only been 17 chapters? Wow. Wow. It's really... It feels like so much time has passed since then. Wow. That's actually wild. Time is crazy. Time is actually crazy. I feel like it's been so long since all this stuff. York cover story would be wild after this chapter. I think that would be cute, seeing a York cover story. We don't know what the Vegapunks are up to, too. I feel like that would be a good one, too. Sentomaru, that's a good one. Sentomaru would be a great one, actually. I think that would be a really good one. Because it would show us probably what the science people are up to in the One Piece world after Egghead. Because we saw a little tease of it with Caesar, Neomads, you know. I was hoping the new cover story would have been Emu's travel to Elbaf. I don't think they would do that. I think Emu is too important for them to sideline Emu to a cover story. Not that these characters get sidelined. They're obviously getting more focused, but like, this is Emu. It would be like if Blackbeard got a cover story. Like, that doesn't feel right to me. That doesn't feel right if Blackbeard had a cover story. Yeah, like York's Adventures in the Holy Land. That's like a perfect title too. I like that title. Yamato was the last cover story. Yep. I like that it didn't take long to see York already made a bad decision. Feel like it's setting up a potential scenario for her to join the good guys by the end of the arc, I would imagine. Or end of the day, end of the story, you know. That'd be cool. She could probably feed info to them too. I like that. Blackbeard kidnapped Pudding in a cover story. Yeah, but it wasn't like fully focused on Blackbeard. That's what I'm saying. Blackbeard can be a part of the cover stories, but like we're not seeing Blackbeard's adventure on Pirate Island or something like that. We're not gonna see that because it's too. We're removing Blackbeard from the main narrative, the possible main antagonist of the series, you know, and if it's not him, it's Emu. So, you know what I mean? We're removing him from the main narrative to push him elsewhere. When a lot of the main reasons we love Blackbeard are, oh, what's he up to? You know, stuff like that is really integral to why we like this character so much. There's a new Blackbeard eye catcher in the anime. It's fire. Okay. I'll check that out. I need to watch the new episode. The Elbaf episode. I really want to watch that. Yeah, it would be hilarious, but it's not happening. I completely agree. This chapter set up York to make the Mother Flame for Uranus so it can be used in Elbaf. Okay. It removes the wow factor whenever we see what Blackbeard achieves next time we see him. Yeah, if he had a cover story. Exactly. Exactly. And I think the cover stories are better for, like, I'm not going to say side characters, but, like, you know. Like when Kobe got one at the beginning of the story. You know, Kobe wasn't seen as nearly as important as he is now. Like serious Kobe. You know, he was like, oh, remember Kobe? That's fun. It was cool, you know? Like, I think the only one who's important and could pull it off is probably Buggy. But even now, he's like a mystery. He's got so much going on. Especially now that Mihawk and Crocodile are involved. Like, I don't think he's ever getting one again. The off-screen king. Yeah, Blackbeard. Emu doesn't want to kill the giants. He wants to use them as soldiers. Yep. Very true. Very true. I could see a Sentomaro cover story since we haven't touched anything Egghead yet. Yeah, except for this chapter with York. I'm going to end the poll. Alright. Guys, I think you guys think Emu's a better design. I don't know. We did have, I think it's 2 people voted for Rocks. I think. I can't tell. If he can't control them, he's going to kill them. Hey, that's believable. Join or die. Yep. I completely believe Emu would say something like that. Huh. Let me see. G5? What is G? GS? What is GS? GS? I spelled that wrong. GS. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, it's almost 2 o'clock. Okay. Well, guys. Oh, gross. I can't believe I didn't even pick that up. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for watching. This has been one of our most viewed, like, live streams ever. And I get why. This is a pretty huge chapter. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider, liking. You guys have been chatting up a storm, so that's been awesome. Having a really long discussion. This has been the longest One Piece stream I think I've had in months, which is great. I mean, of course it is. This chapter was crazy. But yeah, if you enjoyed, liking, all that, obviously that helps a lot. Thank you so much to the people who helped donate memberships and donate money as well. That was immensely appreciated. All money that comes from this channel goes toward me funding a big project I'm working on. I'm hoping to have more info on it out by July. So that's my goal. July. Right? Keep that in mind. I am very much in the zone with this. I'm very excited. I hope you guys get excited as well. So, thank you once again. Immensely appreciative of you all. I really love that I'm able to just yap like an insane person about One Piece, and I'm here for it. If I'm able to get like a stream together next week too, I think that could be fun for like a little theory fun time, because hey, there's not gonna be spoilers. We can speculate on Emu all we want, which is awesome. And I think there's a lot of potential, obviously. I can't even imagine how many people are already spreading, theories around like crazy. I wanted to thank TJ. He donated members and money, and Lucas also donated members. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate that. You guys have no idea. But with that, that was a phenomenal chapter of the best-selling manga in history. I'm going to now probably spend most of my day watching other people react to this chapter while I work on this project. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Happy Monday, because it's not Sunday. Bizarre. And have a good one. And